Hey everybody, it's Jennifer Atherton. We are reading chapter 11 of Becoming a $1 Million Real Estate Agent. How are you guys doing tonight? We're going to go live on Facebook, and today we're going to be talking about hiring an assistant. Hi, thank you for joining. Follow me on everything else: Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. Oh, there's Instagram and Facebook. Please? Do you have an assistant in your business? Oops. Use camera. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Facebook. We're talking about hiring an assistant today. You can let me know if you have assistant in the comments. Please follow me on all these platforms. Thank you. Okay, so this is Ricky Caruth's Becoming a $1 Million Real Estate Agent. We're on chapter 11, hiring assistant. And when is it a good time to hire an assistant? Not just in real estate or mortgage, but in any business that you have, or even just at home. You know, it's a really good question. You can really leverage so much of your time when you have an assistant. And if you have multiple, that's why being a boss is so much fun, because you get all these people that help you accomplish so much more than what you would have done yourself. So when is a good time to hire an assistant? When is a good time to ask for help in your business? When is a good time? We don't really know. But actually we will find out, because this is what Ricky Caruth recommends if you are a real estate agent. Hi, Kenneth, Dyson Kenneth, hello. Hello. When should you guys hire an assistant? Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. Confucius. You might have asked yourself at some point, how do the top producers handle all those deals? Ooh, look at you. Oh, look at me. There is so much work and detail to keep up with on every single transaction. That is the truth. Then there are all the other duties an agent is responsible for. How do they get it all done? Effortlessly, it seems. I will tell you how. Behind every top producer is a great assistant. Behind every top producer is a great assistant. There is absolutely no way to be a true top producer without an assistant. A huge part of being successful in this business is not only knowing what you need to do, but also knowing what not to do, or put it more precisely, what to delegate. Oh, thank you, Mares Jez. Most agents get caught up in a web of activities that don't make them money. To find time to complete all of your essential income-producing activities, you must delegate everything else. Thus, being able to determine what the income-producing activities are and establish your priorities versus delegated matters is vital in the climb to the top of the mountain of success. Message me later, please. Okay, I will. Since I hired and learned how to efficiently use an assistant, my income has tripled and continues to increase every year. You will know when it's time to hire an assistant. Your business will become too overwhelming for you to handle alone. There is no exact measure of when that will be, but let me tell you, when I decided it was time for me to hire an assistant is when I started to maintain 30 consecutive listings. 30 consecutive listings. That's when he started. 30 was the magic number for me that marked my business load as overwhelming. I was getting so many calls from agents asking to show my listings, and I couldn't keep up. Not to mention how much it was cutting into my prospecting time and other duties. How many of you would like to have 30 listings right now? This guy's an animal. This guy's a beast. I finally decided that answering all the requests to show was not income productive. While setting up agents to show my listings to their clients is important and must be done right, it can still be delegated. So I recognize the benefits of hiring someone to handle this. I thought if I could take this one task off my shoulders, it would free up enough time to continue chasing more business. It worked. I then started thinking of many other tasks that could be safely delegated, saving me even more time. Here are some can be handed to my assistant list that might work for you. Putting properties into MLS. Yep. Taking pictures of new listings. Yep. Placing signs and lockboxes on listings. Yep. Looking up phone numbers for prospecting. Yep. Sending mailings to my farm areas. Yep. Picking up closing packages from title companies. Processing paperwork for each deal, helping me keep up with details and deadlines of each pending contract. Getting feedback from each agent who has shown one of my listings. These are just to name a few. Some agents are hesitant to delegate these tasks to someone else. They have a "if I want it done perfectly, do it yourself" attitude. Listen, I'm a perfectionist as well. I feel that everything must be perfect always. But that was one hurdle with myself that I had to get over. It had to be okay with some things just being okay. Nothing will ever be exactly perfectly right, yet almost everything will work out itself over time. As it often said, perfection is the enemy of the good. Let it go. The main task I needed to delegate was handling all the showing requests I was receiving, which robbed so much that I could have spent recruiting new business. For example, when an agent requests to show one of my listings, we first call and see if the property is vacant. With a condo, if it's occupied, the rental company must check with the guests and see if it's okay with them if we show the property during their stay. Finally, we must call the showing agent back and let them know when the property can be shown. It's a process that can become too time-consuming with 30 listings and other tasks to complete. This one task was my initial reason why I hired an assistant. When I committed to finding an assistant, I wrote an outline of other tasks you could do to free up more income-producing tasks such as prospecting, following up, and negotiating. You should sit down and think about your current business and pick out tasks that you could delegate. By delegating, you're multiplying your time. By delegating, you are multiplying your time. You'll have too much to do and feel like you're losing money, not getting tasks that make you money. Staying in front of people is what makes you money. Being on the phone, meeting in person, negotiating a contract, showing a property, listing appointments. These are the activities that you are responsible for. Everything else could and should be delegated. If you are not busy enough to hire an assistant, then set that as a goal. Become so busy that I need to hire an assistant. The way you achieve that goal is by following my program, making hundreds of calls, sending thousands of mailings, and pursuing new business any way that you can. Any way that you can pursue business. Go ahead. Then find your magic number of listings. Maybe it's 15 to 20. Maybe it's 30 to 40. Whatever number you set your goal, take it as a mission. Your life depends on it. Once you have too much to handle, hire an assistant to delegate all the administrative tasks to, and continue your mission to go higher. Don't slow down once you hire an assistant. At that point, it's time to mash the gas pedal and take advantage of this incredible situation you have put yourself in. Not very many agents make it far enough to hire an assistant. Be thankful that you have made it that far. Do not take it for granted. Take it from me. It could all be taken away from you in a blink of an eye. Go to work every day like it's the last day on earth. And as my high school football coach would say, leave it all on the field. Which meant give it everything you have. Don't bring a drop of energy back to the sidelines. Leave every bit on the field. When it's all said and done and you left it all in the office day, you could go to bed knowing that you did all you can do. You'll dream of huge success that will shortly follow. How do you find an assistant? That's what we're going to talk about next. Once you realize you have more work than you can handle and it's hindering your business from growing any further, it's time to find yourself a good assistant. Of course, just as hiring a good assistant will grow your business, a bad assistant could shrink it. So be very careful when selecting an assistant and make sure you hire one who agrees and aligns with the goals you have of your business. They must understand what the goals are and what the role is in achieving those goals. You want someone committed to the team long term as well. You don't want to hire an assistant who is only looking for a summer gig or the job until they enter graduate school in the next year. I tell my assistants I'm looking for a 5 to 10 year commitment. and would like them to stay with me even longer. Many people don't know where they will be a year from now and are hesitant to commit to even 1 year. But in asking for a long-term relationship, you will get a sense of where the applicant is in life, and in turn, the right applicant may like the idea that is not a fly-by-night temporary position. When looking for an assistant, it's good to start by asking the other agents in your office if they know of anyone who might be looking for an administrative position. A referral from a fellow agent is normally a good way to go. If you don't have any luck there, reach out to agents of other offices asking the same question. Most of the time, another agent in the area knows someone or someone needing a good job. Another option is posting the position on job finder websites. If you do advertise on one of those websites, make sure to post all your needs very clearly so that you could filter out people who would never fit. The ad could sound like this: local real estate agent needing an assistant, must have a strong work ethic with plenty of references, real estate experience, computer skills, and a good personality. Background check required. You don't know. This is a simple ad that gets the phone ringing. I placed a similar ad on Craigslist one time and ended up doing 2 interviews a day for 2 weeks straight. People are always looking for a job. That gives you options, so take your time and pick the right one. Ask them questions like the following: why aren't you working right now? What happened at your last job? Who are your references? If I hired you, do you see yourself working here for the next 5 years? Or, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your personal goals? Are you planning on getting your real estate license? How good are you on the computer and typing speed? Those are some basic questions I ask a potential assistant during an interview. What kind of questions would you ask an assistant that you want to hire at an interview? Comment below. I asked, do you know anything about, I asked for my assistant, do you know how to make and post a TikTok video? And she said yes, she did it with her 10-year-old daughter. I said, you're hired. She also did a lot of other things, but that was like, if you're not with technology, then maybe I don't want to hire you, because we use technology to build our businesses. Any business that you have is a media business. And the faster that you figure that out, the faster your business is going to grow. Because you want everyone to know your name, know who to call, know who they want to do business with because of your media. Okay? And if your assistant doesn't know how to do media, I mean, maybe it will work for you, but it didn't work for me. Those are some basic questions I ask a potential assistant during an interview. I also have them fill out an entire application for employment that asks more detailed questions that I review later. I don't go too much into my company or any of my business goals in the first interview. I want to ask them all the questions, narrow my list of potential candidates down, and try to get a good feel of what he or she is looking for in terms of a job. After I've had several interviews with a couple of top prospects, I start calling the references they left on their application and all their past employers. By doing this, my top prospects may get narrowed down even further if I find out anything negative from those calls. Once I have a good idea of who my top 2 or 3 candidates are, it's time to bring them back into a one-time for a second interview. The second interview is actually more of a trial work day. They will come into my office and work at the job for a day or at least a half day to see if they will be good at it. Even then, you won't be able to know absolutely if they fit the position perfectly. But it gives you a much better idea than if you hired them based on the first interview alone. So it's okay to interview and have second interviews, and you don't have to hire anyone on the spot. In preparation for the second interview trial workday, you tell them that it is down to 2 or 3 candidates and you would like them to tell you and show you why you should pick them for the job. Pay attention to how they work, and in particular if they are being truthful with you about the skills they claimed on their resume or their first interview. You can tell quickly if they know their way around a computer or if they have any real estate experience. By doing all By doing an all-day second interview, you may be saving both of you the heartache of having to fire the person after just 1 or 2 weeks after you brought them on board. Once you have picked your finalist, the best person for the job, next bring them into orientation on their duties and expectations. During the orientation, you tell them that there will be a week-to-week hiring probationary period for 6 weeks. The hiring period is a low commitment period during which each week you both reevaluate the situation and make sure both parties still feel like it's a good fit. If both sides agree that everything is going well and that it's still a good fit, you agree to work together another week and then have another meeting. After 6 weeks, it's time to sit down with each other and either make a long-term commitment or go our separate ways. If something is not working and can't be resolved, it's nothing personal, but the best thing might be to move on and start looking for another candidate. However, if everything went smoothly and you can see the person helping you move your business to the next level, you have found your superstar, and now it's time to start training your new assistants. Hello. So, yeah. And then next chapter is coaching and self-development, and that will be tomorrow. And then Thursday it's going to be chapter 13, The Diamond Life. And that's it. And then we'll start reading a new book at 8 p.m. It will be a surprise. Okay. I'm also doing mortgage training on my mortgage channel. So we're going to go over 900 questions of the test. Because we nerdy like that. Because we after that money, honey. The more you earn, it's because the more you've learned. Okay? Anyways, hire an assistant if you need it. It really changed my life. And people are wonderful. There's wonderful people that will work for you and make your life so much better and make you money. And you can have a great, respectful relationship with these people. And I tell everyone that works with me, thank you, and I appreciate you. And you know, I write them great reviews, and they're still working with me. So there we have it. I'm going to switch over to mortgages now. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for attending my live. Follow me on all of these platforms. Oh, okay. Well, there's Facebook, which some of you are seeing on Facebook. And my mortgage Facebook is at Get Your Mortgage License. I have, Instagram. Some of you see my Instagram. I have 2 Instagrams. I have Jen Atherton and Get Your Mortgage License. Twitter is Jen in Sacktown. TikTok is Jen Atherton. YouTube, which all these videos just go on YouTube, it's Jen Atherton. And then Snapchat is Jen in Sacktown. And then there's LinkedIn too, which for some reason I don't have yet. Clubhouse, are you guys on Clubhouse? Jen Atherton. Okay, put on my lipstick. Let's talk mortgages. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless America. And just wishing that and praying that you find the perfect assistant for your business, for your life. And I hope this video helps you assess who your assistant is, how to go through the training process, what questions to ask, and how to find great assistants, not just in real estate, but in whatever business that you're doing or project. Okay? Bye. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. I love you guys.